Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
What?
Keegan?
And tonight we're going to take a look at the Cinco Vegas Classic. We've done the Cinco Vegas Classic High Primings. This is just the standard Classic. It's coming in with a very, like a nut brown, honey brown wrapper. It's a bit lumpy, but construction looks very good. Seams are almost invisible. I have one little stretch mark. Pack is firm, but not too firm. Aroma, actually, it's very mild on the aroma for me. Some natural tobacco. That's about all I get off the wrapper. And the foot I almost get like a pepper. Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking stick. It's really light. You know, there's not a lot of weight to this cigar, but yeah, overall, you know, really well constructed. Kind of a swishy pack in some areas, but you know, seams and everything are done well. The aromas, though, you know, especially off the wrapper, I get kind of that. We've talked about a floral note, as if you just walked into a florist, and I get a little bit of that. Very, very aromatic, almost flower-like, which is very, very nice. And then on the foot, it's mostly just a real creamy peanut butter, I guess, and a little bit of earth. But very, very aromatic, especially at the foot. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely the honey brown in color. I don't get any squishiness at all. Really nice, just a nice firm pack, no visible seams. Really is just a great looking cigar. On the aroma, definitely just a sweet tobacco smell. You can tell there's a nice little bit of sweetness in there. And the same thing from the foot, just slightly more, like what I said, almost like a floral aroma. I'm getting no pepper, but we'll see.
Let's get it cut up, lit up, see how it goes. Lighter feed.
Please.
Try not to light you on fire.
You have a cutter? Thank
A lot of pepper on the retro hand. A lot of typical tobacco flavors. I don't want to say really rich tobacco, but definitely some tobacco flavors, a bit of hay, and a little bit of pepper now sitting on the tongue in the finish.
You know, yeah, that retro, man, it's a pepper blast. Finish is very sweet though, and it's almost sort of tangy. Kind of unexpected, but real nice. Other than that, just kind of like Justin said, typical this woodsiness.
Yeah, definitely sort of that woodsiness he said. There is a nice little blast of pepper there. Still a pleasant sweetness though, but the pepper definitely is there, but a nice good flavor to start out with.
Not quite as refined as the Cinco Vegas High Primings. I remember that was a little smoother. Not to say this isn't smooth, it's just not as refined as that.
It's got more bite to it.
Yeah. Well, let's give them the first third, see how it goes. Welcome back. We're about 10 minutes into the 5 Vegas Classic. And so far, it's still a very pleasant smoke, but I prefer the High Primings. This one has a little bit more bite to it. It's still medium in body, medium in strength. It's got a little more pepper to me. In that finish, it kind of just lingers on the tongue. Still a little bit of hay. Mostly it's just a nice tobacco flavor to it, though. Very pleasant, just lacks a certain refinement.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, all of the 5 Vegases that we've had have all been pretty much one note. They haven't been complex cigars, but none of the cigars was the note bad. It was always really good. And you know, this is definitely one of those types of cigars. It's better than a task cigar, but it's not, you know, top shelf. It's just a really good everyday smoke. And I really don't have anything against this cigar. Flavors haven't really changed. There's still an overall woodiness in the smoke. Is like Justin said, some pepper, and that's really predominant on the retrohale. The construction has been fantastic. Burn has been fantastic, and draw is fantastic, and nothing to complain about. Really good smoke.
Yeah, the burn and draw have been great, and there is definitely a woodsiness to it. The pepper, it's not a complex flavor. Mostly just that woodsiness, the tobacco taste, and the pepper lingers. But as you get further, I feel like like the spiciness of the pepper, kind of wears off a little bit. You really just get on the retro hill, just sticking to your tongue. But good. Definitely a great everyday smoke, and this is my first Vod Vegas stick that I've had. But definitely a good smoke.
Let's get into the second, third, approaching midpoint. See how it goes. Welcome back. We're about halfway on the Cinco Vegas Classic. No flavor changes. Still keeping just a nice par for the course. Still medium in body, medium in strength. Draw is fine. The only thing I would add is it's starting to be a bit drying. It's not very oily at this point. It's fine because I have a drink with me, but it's becoming a little bit drying for me. But other than that, it's just performing exceptionally well, and the flavors are just par for the course.
Yeah, this cigar has kind of a tangy element on the finish, and it's very sweet, and it is ultimately quite drying. So I'm glad that I have something to drink with this cigar. But all of these 5 Vegas, Vegas 5, Cinco Vegas, whatever cigars, they aren't complex, like I said, but they are very good, and this flavor is very good. I'm not expecting it to change. I don't think that it will, but if it doesn't, I'm fine with that because the flavors are good. And like I said, the construction is good, and I still don't really have anything to complain about with this cigar. So far, so good.
Yeah, definitely no complaints here. It's a good cigar, not a lot of complexity, same flavor throughout. That pepper still kind of sticks on the tongue a little bit, but other than that, just a nice mild, or not mild, like a medium sweet flavor. Not very dark, and it is a little bit drying. Definitely a cigar you want to have a drink with you for. But no other issues with it, nothing to complain about, but I wouldn't say there's anything exceptional about it either.
Let's get in the final third, see if we get any changes. Welcome back. We're about the final third, approaching the nub point of this Cinco Vegas Classic. Overall, very nice stick. No flavor changes. Still got a nice little hay note, bit of tobacco, and a nice little pepper finish for me. Very nice. That sweetness started to build in this final third, as Wyatt and Keegan had mentioned. I never really got it until this final third, but yeah, it's very nice. So I guess there is a bit of a flavor change now, but not overwhelming. Not super in your face. Always been about a medium body, medium strength. Performed exceptionally well. I think this is a great everyday stick that you should have rolling around in your humidor. I think they're relatively inexpensive. I was going to rate it, I'd give it a solid 7. It's a good, solid stick, and as I said, an everyday smoke, but it's not going to wow you. It does not have that in-your-face, wow factor to it, but still a very good cigar.
Yeah, I totally agree. Really never got that flavor change, but other than that, great construction, really good flavors throughout. I just really don't have anything to complain about with this cigar. I guess typical of 5 Vegas cigars, once you get into the last little inch or so, it does get really squishy and you get a lot of those hot cigar flavors, but that's really it. This is a great everyday smoke. Most of these 5 Vegases that we've gotten haven't been expensive, and these are absolutely worth the money for when you just want to kick back and have a smoke and just relax. I'd agree with this 7. This is something that I have rolling around in my humidor. It's something that I could smoke every day, or I could give to a friend of mine that didn't really know cigars very well and say, "Here, smoke this. This is a good cigar. It's not going to knock your socks off, but it's not going to be insulting." Just another really good everyday stick from 5 Vegas, Cinco Vegas, Vegas 5, Vegas Cinco.
Well, whatever its name, I definitely agree with both Justin and Wyatt in that it's a solid stick, good everyday stick. Not very complex at all, but it's a nice little go-to, and for the price of the Cinco Vegas cigars, it's definitely a good cigar that I'd say if you have a larger humidor, that it's a good cigar to stock up on. Just have them around, keep the humidor full, and just a good overall stick. There's a little bit of that squishiness. You get some more heat that way at the end, but flavor-wise, still very consistent. Still that slight pepper that lingers on the tongue. But just overall solid stick. And I guess it's unanimous. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 too. So.
All right. Well, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Until next time, smoke them if you got them.